Hey friends, yeah, don't look at my hair. This is Mrs. Fulfy from our Half Acre Homestead, and today we're canning our pumpkin. A bounty of pumpkin. Okay, I was given a bunch of these little sugar pumpkins. This is my Halloween pumpkin, and I never carved the face into it, so it's been kept preserved. These pumpkins somebody gave me, and they are going soft. I had to throw a couple of them out, but let's just go and see. Okay, let's try this way. Yeah, should have done that first. Now, if I was just going to turn these into powder, I would wash them and then cut them in half, hollow them out like this, and then put them on a cookie sheet, and then just scoop out the cooked, like bake them, and then scoop out the cooked pumpkin, and then puree it for powder, but I'm not doing powder. I've discovered that most of my vegetable soups do really well with a nice jar of cubed pumpkin in them. Now I still have some pumpkin to cut up, but I've got a 5-gallon pail here, and I've got a strainer here because this is how I'm going to lift it out of the water into the boiling water. Here's our canner with the recommended amount of water in the bottom, a rack and a shot of vinegar. Here's our jars washed and rinsed, our lids and rings washed and rinsed. I'm going to go ahead now and put salt in each of these jars. This is something I've been doing recently, and it just seems to work out better. I'm just going to go and put a half a teaspoon or a third of a teaspoon of salt in each of these jars. That's one less step I have to deal with when I'm filling it with water and pumpkin and wiping rims and all that kind of stuff. So I have 19 jars here. I'm not sure how many. I'm pretty sure my canner holds 20 pints, but we'll see. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a whole lot more than just 20 pints of pumpkin. I'm glad it goes good in soup. I apologize for the steam. So now I am just going to dip a whole strainer, couple of strainers, into the boiling water, and then I'm going to bring these up to a boil. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on this, and these are going to cook. I'm going to set my timer now for 3 minutes. My timer has gone off. I'm going to strain these, and then I'm going to rinse them in cold water, and we'll get to canning. So here's our pumpkin. It's still steaming, but it's been rinsed twice in cold water, as usual. I'm going to bring my jars over here to fill them because, well, it's just easier than lifting spoonfuls of pumpkin over to the other side. Fill it to 1 inch from the top. Also water from 1 inch to the top. And debubble. Always, especially when your stuff is in nice big chunks. Always. You know what? I don't want to debubble with that. Here's my favorite debubbler. Alright, that's better. It's because it's flat. Always, always wipe your rims and threads with a clean damp paper towel. Some of these lids are Bernardins, some of these lids are Dollar Tree. We will see. And into the canner this goes. Now I was supposed to be doing a video showcasing new lids. But the lids that were supposed to be here earlier this week are not. So we are just going to do what we got to do with what we have. And if I have something to can when the lids arrive, then I will. Okay, let's get our lid on here. As soon as this bubble pops up, then we can start timing our steady stream of steam. This vents the canner. Do not skip venting your canner. Vent it for the whole 10 minutes. Why? That pushes the air out of the canner so that when you put the weight on, you get the proper vacuum to give it the pressure it needs to seal properly. So don't skip any steps. Okay, our bubble has popped up. And now we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. And when that's done, we'll put our weight on. Okay, our canner has been venting for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to put my 10-pound weight on. Please check your manufacturer's directions. If you live 1,000 feet or more above sea level, your weights, processing times, and measurements may change. Okay, as soon as this gives us our first vigorous jiggle, I'm going to turn the canner down just a little bit so that it doesn't get so mad and I get either a gentle rocking motion or the occasional vigorous jiggle every, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. And we're going to process those for 55 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. Now we've had our first vigorous jiggle. I want to show you, this is just kind of chuffing and huffing. After your first vigorous jiggle, you want it to do that. So you turn it, once it goes, you turn it down so that it's just kind of going with the occasional angry vigorous jiggle. All right? So my timer has been set for 55 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. That's the way you want it to go after its first vigorous jiggle. Okay, our timer has gone off. So we're just going to shut off the canner. And we're going to let it cool naturally. You don't take this weight off. You don't shake it. You don't try and take the lid off. For God's sakes, don't try and take the lid off. Don't plunge it in cold water, wrap it in wet towels, nothing. Part of the canning process is allowing this to cool naturally until it's comfortable to the touch. And there it is, 16 pints of pumpkin and 7 quarts. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, again, money's tight, times are hard. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Mwah! Take care, God bless, and there is going to be a pantry update soon.